You are looking at a live shot of the White House where Donald Trump is waking up on this day 100 of his presidency.
Yeah, if you do the math, it's only 6.8% into his presidency, and he is dealing with an unpleasant commemorative gift from the North Koreans in the form of a missile launch overnight. That launch failed, but was a provocative act nonetheless.
Back on the home front, Trump is going to spend much of this day in Pennsylvania, where he will hold a rally capping his first 100 days, skipping in the process the annual White House Correspondents' Dinner back in D.C.
And the president has simultaneously called the 100-day mark a ridiculous standard while boasting about all that he has accomplished.
So let's take a look at the scorecard here. The president has scored wins on installing a new Supreme Court Justice, Neil Gorsuch, and pulling out of the controversial Trans-Pacific Partnership.
The TPP, however, his attempt to repeal and replace Obamacare, that went down in flames, as did his travel ban. And one of his marquee promises, building the wall, that remains in progress this morning.
So much to talk about. We've got team coverage this morning with reporters everywhere from Korea to the U.S. Capitol, and we kick things off with ABC's David Wright, who's at the White House. David, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dan and Paula. You know, 100 days is kind of an artificial milestone. It's the unofficial honeymoon period, the end of the honeymoon period for any new president. Donald Trump entered office with a splash, and the seas are still choppy.
My fellow Americans.
This morning, in his weekly address, the president gives himself top marks.
I truly believe that the first 100 days of my administration has been just about the most successful in our country's history.
Plenty of others might dispute that, but not the National Rifle Association. On Friday, they gave him a warm welcome.
As your president, I will never, ever infringe on the right of the people to keep and bear arms. Never, ever.
Trump has certainly changed the tone here in Washington, but he has yet to pass a single major piece of legislation. His budget and his plan to repeal and replace Obamacare.
Obamacare is a disaster.
Stalled, at least for now, back in the hands of a Republican Congress.
I'm disappointed that it doesn't go quicker.
Trump's biggest victory,
I, Neil M. Gorsuch,
a new conservative justice to fill the 9th seat on the U.S. Supreme Court.
And I got it done in the first 100 days.
He's signed 29 bills into law, but his journey has been turbulent too. His temporary travel ban on several predominantly Muslim countries blocked by the courts, his promise to build that Mexican border wall in limbo.
We'll build the wall. Don't even think about it.
Trump was critical of President Obama's use of executive orders, calling them major power grabs of authority. But he signed more than Obama did in his first 100 days, 30 executive orders so far.
I loved my previous life. I had so many things going.
Speaking to Reuters, the president had this to say about his first 100 days.
This is more work than in my previous life. I thought it would be easier.
Tonight, as the White House press corps holds its annual black tie correspondents' dinner, the president is headed to Harrisburg to tour a lawnmower factory and hold a campaign rally, clearly hoping for that split-screen moment, the press that he loves to bash, living it up in fancy dress while he's out there amongst the people. Dan, Paula?
It will be an interesting primetime split screen tonight. David, thank you.